in celebration of Jefferson County Conservation's 50th anniversary, I wanted to kind of talk to Shawn Morrissey, our current director, a little bit about his time that he has spent with Jefferson County Conservation and kind of highlight the different changes that you've seen happen through the years. I think it's great that of the 50 years that we've been in existence, not to make you feel old, but you've been here for 26 of them. And you started out, you interned, and then you were hired on as a full-time employee, and now you are our director. Kind of talk, if you can, highlight some of the big moments that we've had in the last 50 years.
Well, yeah, as you said, I wasn't around for all 50 years and probably won't make 50, but 26, I've seen a lot of stuff happen. I came on in 1996 and obviously have got to work with good boards the whole time, but worked with Gene. Very thankful for all the time they donate and kind of being behind the scenes on the development of our parks. I was able to work when I started with a guy named Wendell Hall, who I was quite fond of, and some of the first stuff we did was in the Shelter 3 area in Jefferson County Park. The shelter and bathroom there didn't exist when I started, so we built that. The first year we had cabins built in the campground the following year, and then it's just been kind of nonstop since. It seems like it. All the things that have happened, seem like they're happening very slowly. County government takes a little time sometimes for the planning, but there's just a lot of stuff that's been done. Obviously, another big thing that kind of crept along and was built through a lot of people's work was the Loop Trail and the Cedar View Trail. We had a board member, Ron Myers, when I came on, who then became a staff member, and I worked with him for many years. But he was very into trails, and some other people, Ron Blair, try not to forget anybody, but I am. But a lot of people in that Trails Council helped work with us to develop these trails that are all over around Fairfield now, and they're very popular. But that took a lot of work on the volunteer side, and that Trails Council did a lot to get those going. And today it's a very big attraction to town. And that's one of the nice things about conservation boards. Each county in the state has their own system, and you can kind of gear it to what your community wants. And I think trails were very popular. We still have we have public hunting areas and campgrounds and other areas that are just natural that people like to visit. But the trails have been very big over the last 25 years. And I think it's also good kind of to mention some of our areas. We have an agreement with the DNR for Macoun Access, which is a popular campground river access on the Skunk River that is actually owned by the DNR, and we have a management agreement with them. And I guess the other areas I'm thinking about were donated by different people. We have Whittam Woods, which was donated by Daisy Whittam years ago in that family. It's actually owned by Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, but it's a popular park on the west side of town. The Loop Trail goes through it, just a pretty natural area that's been preserved. We have another hunting area that was donated by Gance Hewitt, two different family names, but nice little timber and public hunting area. The Neff Wetlands, a more recent donation. But we kind of get it however we can over the years, and that's kind of the neat thing. It creeps up on you, and I've been the director for 3 years and didn't really know a lot of things, but I've had a chance, obviously preparing for this 50-year celebration, to look back at some of the early minutes when Gene started and the other board members, and they literally had nothing, no equipment. So I kind of feel lucky. When I came in, we had mowers, we had shops, we had stuff to take care of the land with, and we've improved on that obviously over the years. But so I got on the easy half, I would say, but it's just kind of neat how they've, scraped and scrounged, and with the help of the property tax dollars of Jefferson County, we've made a nice setup of many different types of parks, and they're all well used. And back to Jefferson County Park, we've made all these additions. It's almost like a city park because of the proximity to town. Something that I don't know if it's been discussed much, that as we develop parks, we also have kind of grown this environmental education program. Greg Hanshaw, I believe, was the first naturalist ranger that they had, and then Therese Comiskey obviously is well known in the community, and yourself now has replaced her, Brittney Tiller, doing a very good job. And that's another thing that we offer that's very important. We're trying to promote the outdoors and conservation in general, and still let people enjoy these areas. And I think it works very well. And I think Jefferson County Park, it didn't exist in those early years, but it just kind of exploded over the years when you look back. And that's obviously our main park, our main focus, and we continue to expand in that park. We have a very busy campground there. We have a very busy shelter and picnic area there. And it kind of ties into Fairfield and the Loop Trail. There's just so many things you can do with that as a starting point. And it gets used, every day of the year. There's people, we have regulars out there and visitors from out of town, and it's just a very, I think without a lot of pre-planning, it just kind of turned into this perfect little kind of park on the edge of town that allows us to do everything we want to do as far as educating the public, and they can come out and have family reunions or weddings, and just a very popular park. So, and we do, we're looking back at the past 50 years, but we do have big plans kind of for the future with that park and some of our other areas as well. So,
yeah, as we've been kind of reviewing the last 50 years, this has been a good year of also planning, looking ahead. The Jefferson County Conservation Board has spent probably about the last year really looking into what the public would like for the future, and working with an engineering company to design a master plan for Jefferson County Park. And so that is just at the final stages. It's just about ready to be shared with the public. And so as tying into this 50-year celebration, we also are spending some time looking ahead, and we're excited to share that with the public as well. So I encourage people to stay tuned as we are about to unveil the master plan for Jefferson County Park, and hopefully at the 75 year anniversary, we'll look back on these last 25 years and share about the different projects that were highlights through that time as well.